Welcome to another yoga flow from Cowbell Yoga. Hi, I'm Makayla. Today we're going to start in child's pose. Bring your big toes together, widen your knees to the side edges of your mat, and walk your palms forward until your forehead gently rests on the mat. Begin to connect with your breath. Maybe you notice that your breath automatically begins to deepen with the association between yourself and the mat being present. Knowing that the mat is a place you come to practice being grounded, calm, and one with yourself. Embodying the definition of yoga, union between mind and body. Slowly walk your fingertips over to the left, stacking your right hand on top of your left for a side body stretch along the right side of your body. On your next exhale, walk your hands through center and over to the right. This time stretching through the left side of your body by stacking your left hand over your right. On your next exhale, walk your fingertips back to center. Press into your palms. Inhale, come up to tabletop. Stack your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your ankles. Take any organic movement here that feels good, maybe swaying from side to side. Moving through some cat and cow rotations. Slowly bring your spine to neutral. Inhale, tuck your toes underneath your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Press your hips up and back. Lower your heels towards the mat. Press into your thumbs and index fingers for equal weight distribution across your hands. Bend your knees as much as you need to take any discomfort out of your hamstrings or low back. This might be your first downward facing dog of the day, so if movement is calling to you, you can bend your knees one at a time, or maybe together before straightening your legs, sending your hips up, pushing your chest towards your thighs. Inhale, gaze between your palms. Exhale, step forward to ragdoll. Step your hips. Step your feet as wide as your hips, if not further apart, behind your palms. Allow the crown of your head to fall towards the mat, reaching for opposite elbow with your hands. Letting the weight of your torso help stretch the back line of your body. To find movement, option to sway from one side to the other. Maybe nod your head yes, or shake your head no. Take your tongue off the roof of your mouth. Notice how you're holding tension in your face at a time you don't really need to. The effort you should be having isn't in your face, rather in your mind, to stay present in the moment. Slowly find stillness, allowing your palms to reconnect with the mat. Heel-toe your feet until they're underneath you once again. Maybe they're all the way together, maybe they're hip-width distance apart. And slowly roll up to standing, being careful that your head is the last to rise. Bring your hands to heart center. Soften your gaze or close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And over the next few cycles of breath, set an intention for your practice today. I'd like to offer the intention of effort versus ease. How can you balance the effort in your body as well as the ease in your body as you move through yoga asana today? Slowly flutter your eyes open if you have them closed. Inhale, mountain pose. Reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Continue to breathe here. Rotate your pinky fingers in, your thumbs out, creating space between your shoulder blades. Ground down into all four corners of your feet to help you create a bidirectional pull of energy beginning in your spine as your fingertips reach as high as they can towards the ceiling, and you have so much energy going out of your feet to keep you stable. Take one last big inhale in through your nose. Exhale, forward fold. Allow your palms and the crown of your head to fall towards the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift your torso halfway. Press your palms into your shins or thighs. Breathe here. Reactivating a bidirectional pull of energy beginning in the middle of your back by sending energy out the crown of your head towards the wall in front of you, as well as energy out your tailbone towards the wall behind you. This allows you to find length through your spine. Inhale in. Exhale, forward fold. From here, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Inhale, shift forward. This protects your ankle, your wrists, and your elbows. Exhale, lower down halfway, mid-plank. Keep your elbows tucked into your chest, lowering only to a 90-degree angle. Inhale, upward facing dog, untuck your toes. Allow your hips to fall towards the mat, shining your collarbones forward, keeping your legs straight to stretch the front line of your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Untuck your toes, send your hips up and back. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, pressing your hands in your thighs or shins to create length in your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Move through your chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step back to high plank. Move through your chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold. Bring your feet to touch this time, drawing your legs together to form one pedestal to stand on. Inhale, halfway lift to prepare for the change. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Bend your knees, sink your hips, reach your fingertips out in front of you. Zip up through the... Continue to breathe here. Notice any tension you're holding in your... Recognizing the balance you can have between effort and ease, even while staying in a challenging pose like chair. Inhale in. Exhale, pick up your right foot, warrior two. Send your right foot back so that the out your right foot is parallel with the back edge of your hips. Up to the right side of the room. Stretch your arms out into a T. Continue to breathe here. Maybe you deepen the bend in your left leg, finding a 90-degree angle with your knee. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Tick-tock your arms so that your left fingertips are reaching towards the earth. Your right fingertips up towards the ceiling. Option to look up towards them if that feels good. Maintain the bend in your front leg, sending energy through your right foot for each feet. Inhale, reverse warrior. Maintain your leg in the direction of your arms, reaching your left fingertips towards the back. Your right arm into a half bind by resting your forearm along your back above your hips. Continue to breathe here. One more inhale in. Come to low lunge. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, move through your chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, forward fold, bringing your feet together once again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, flying chair. Bring your fingertips out behind you. Keeping your body, torso, and legs where they are. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, warrior two to the left. Pick your left foot up, plant it at the back of your mat. Maybe step your right foot forward for a deeper lunge. Continuing to breathe, finding depth in your lunge. Being careful that your right knee is not going over your right ankle, keeping a 90-degree angle to protect your knee and ankle joints. Gazing out past your hand in front of you, your right fingertips. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Bring your right fingertips to the floor, your left fingertips towards the ceiling. It's okay if they don't touch. Continue to breathe here. Finding space between the right side of your rib cage and your right thigh so that your spine can be straight rather than just bending and crunching into your thigh. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your legs where they are. Bring your right fingertips up and back towards the wall behind you, or now to the left side. Option to take a half bind with your left arm rather, if your hand doesn't comfortably rest along your left leg. Maintain the bend in your right leg. Inhale in. Exhale, windmill your arms down to low lunge. Inhale, step back. Exhale, move through your chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few cycles of breath here. Finding a moment of ease between the effort of each flow. Inhale, gaze forward between your palms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle with your left leg standing. Wrap your right elbow underneath your left. Bring your palm. Pick your right leg up over your left. Option to use your right toes as a pedestal or wrapping your right foot around your left calf. Keeping your arms where they are, inhale, single leg mountain. Exhale, slowly move into eagle armed airplane. Tilt your torso so that it's parallel with the mat, extending your right leg out behind you, creating a capital T shape with your body. Rotate your hips so that your right hip lowers in line with your left. Option to move your hands to heart center, open them up in a T, or move into warrior 3. If you haven't already, bring your hands to heart center. Interlace your fingertips, extending your index fingers out long before straightening your arms out in front of you. One last inhale in. Exhale, standing splits. Lower your palms towards the mat. Lift your right leg up high, stretching through the back side of your left leg. Inhale in. Exhale, lower your right leg, meeting the left for a forward fold. Take one cycle of breath here. Once again, finding a moment of ease after a challenging balancing series. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, eagle pose, right leg standing. Wrap your left elbow underneath your right. Bring your palms to touch. Maintaining the bend in your right leg. Pick your left knee or left leg up, crossing your left knee over your right. Option to use your left foot as a kickstand or wrap your left foot around your right calf. Use your breath to help you find a balance between effort and ease, sinking your hips low. Inhale, keep your arms where they are, single leg mountain, uncross your legs, lift your left knee up. Exhale, eagle armed airplane pose. Slowly tilt your torso forward towards the mat, creating a T shape with your torso and left leg. Bring your left hip in line with your right by lowering it towards the mat. Option to move your arms in any way that helps you find stability. Now slowly bring your hands to heart center. If you haven't already, interlacing your fingertips, pointing your index fingers forward. And then straighten your arms out in front of you for balancing stick. If you fall out, come back in. I know your legs are tired. Mine is shaking. One more inhale in here. Exhale, half standing splits. Lower your palms to the mat. Reach your left foot high. Inhale in. Exhale, lower your left foot down to meet your right. How does forward fold feel easeful, even if there's a stretch present in your hamstrings? Understanding what takes effort is the only way to understand what feels easeful, and vice versa. Maybe you bend your knees and straighten them. knees as much as you need to plant your palms. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your right leg up high. Exhale, low lunge. Bring the sole of your right foot between your palms. Sending energy through the back line of your body, creating a bidirectional pole of energy. Once again, out through your crown and out through your left heel. If you have blocks or a water bottle, bring a block probably as tall as possible out in front of you, just to prepare for a pose we're going to move into later. You don't need a block, but you may want one, so if you need to grab one now, go ahead. Inhale, warrior two. Ground down through your left heel, open your arms up to a T, gaze out in front of your right fingertips. Exhale, warrior, extended side angle. From here, bring your gaze down to the floor, maybe to your big toe on your right foot, and find the block out in front of you. Maybe bring it closer, and shift your weight into your right foot. From here, there's going to be a big transition to half moon. So maybe walk your left foot up so that you're in less of a lunge, and slowly begin to straighten your right leg, picking your left leg off the mat, keeping your left hip closed. Your right hip will essentially be open, with your left fingertips reaching towards the ceiling. The block isn't for you to rely on, rather to have something to help you balance. Maybe challenge the effort and take your palm off the mat or off the block. If you fall like I did, that's okay. Come back into it. Hold for one more second. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly make your way to warrior two. Inhale, stay here. Exhale, windmill your arms, low lunge. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, move through your chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Plant the sole of your left foot between your hands. Zelda. No. Remember that bidirectional pole of energy. Nope. Inhale, warrior two. Ground down through your right foot this time. Open your hips, open your arms out to either side, and gaze over your left fingertips. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, extended side angle. Only here for a second. Notice where your block is. Send your gaze down towards the floor and begin to shift your weight into your left leg. When you're ready, coming forward into half moon. You might notice that this side is more difficult than the other. You want your torso and right leg to be parallel with the floor. Feeling into all four corners of your feet, of your left foot rather, to help you find balance. Reactivating that core if you've lost it a little bit. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly make your way to warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, windmill your arms to low lunge. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, move through your chaturanga dandasana, high to low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep inhale in. Sigh it out, exhale. One more time. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Pivot your left foot so that your toes are pointed out, your heel is in. Stack your shoulders over your hips and move into mountain pose arms. Continue to breathe here. Engage through your left glute to bring your left hip in line with your right, feeling a stretch through your left hip flexor. Notice if you're holding tension in your shoulders and try to help release it with your breath. Take one big inhale in through your nose. Exhale, bring your arms behind you, moving into a bind by interlacing your fingers behind you. Inhale in, expanding through your chest, gazing out towards the ceiling. Exhale, humble warrior. Allow the crown of your head to fall towards the earth. Your hands move up towards the ceiling. One last inhale here. Exhale, bring your palms to the mat inside of your right leg. Rotate so that your left knee can come down to the mat. Your left foot is pointed out behind you, untouching your toes. Heel toe your right foot to the top right corner of your mat, sinking into runner's lunge. Option to come down onto your elbows if that's comfortable for you. We're moving through our cool down flow. We're going to be holding these stretches for longer. Once again, practicing finding balance between effort and ease. If you've come down onto your elbows, push back up to your palms. Bring your right foot back to the center of your mat, your right fingertips to the outside of your right foot. Inhale in. Exhale, half split. Straighten your front leg, shifting your hips towards your back heel, your left heel. Flex your right foot so your toes are pointed towards your forehead. And allow your forehead to fall towards your knee, maybe even making contact. Inhale, slowly walk your palms forward, coming back into a low lunge. Exhale here. Inhale, step back to high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, three-legged dog. Lift your left leg high. Exhale, low lunge. Inhale, warrior one. Plant your right foot so that your toes are pointed out, your heels pointed in. Stack your shoulders over your hips with mountain pose arms. Engage your right glute to bring your right hip forward in line with your left. Maybe even thinking about pulling your left hip back. Finding your breath here. Allowing your breath to feel easeful even as warrior one may feel effortful. One last inhale in. Exhale, bring your hands behind your back for a bind. Inhale in. Gaze towards the ceiling. Expand through your chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Lower the crown of your head towards the mat, reaching your fingertips or your hands up towards the ceiling. Notice if you're holding tension in your jaw and let it go. Maybe utilizing open mouth exhales to do so. Inhale in. Exhale, plant your palms inside your left leg, rotating your right hip in, lowering your right knee to the mat, untucking your toes, and walking your left foot towards the top right corner of your mat for runner's lunge. Option to come down onto your elbows if you did so on the other side. If you're looking for movement, you can sway your hips from the right to the left. Maybe you choose to get a sip of water here if it's easy for you or accessible. Slowly walk your left foot in, bringing your left hand to the outside of your left foot. Inhale here. Exhale, half split, straighten your left leg this time, pushing your hips towards your right heel, flexing your left foot. Allow your forehead to fall towards your knee, maybe even making a connection with it. Inhale, slowly walk forward into low lunge. Exhale, step back to high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, frog pose, malasana. Step your feet behind your wrists with your toes outside of your mat, your heels to the inside, and sink your hips down towards the mat. Bring your hands to heart center with your elbows pressing into the inside of your legs, maybe where your knee crease is. Now, malasana is a deep hip opener, but what I love about malasana is you can embody the balance between effort and ease within this pose. So complete ease, you're allowing your hips to sink as much, you're maybe rounding your back because you're not pushing into your palms. And complete effort is picking your hips up off the mat an inch or so higher than what you would want to, pressing so that you can feel your deep pelvic floor muscles activating, and then pressing your hands into one another to press your elbows into your knees, helping to keep your legs open wider, feeling a deeper stretch in your hips and your hip flexors. So that's the most effortful. And then try to find something that's in the middle. So you can relax into malasana, but still you're maintaining some amount of effort to keep this pose being helpful to your body. Maybe with the effort, you balance into ease by shifting your weight from one side to another. If you would like to try on flying frog at the very end of our practice, you are more than welcome to by planting your palms in front of you, shifting your weight, bringing your elbows into your knee creases, shifting your weight onto your hands, and picking your toes up off the mat. When you're done, slowly find yourself onto the mat for belly down Shavasana. Extending your arms out in any direction that feels good. Maybe windshield wipering your legs one way and then another. When you're ready to come to stillness, straighten your legs out behind you and bring your hands or your palms to the mat beside your rib cage, your shoulders. Exhale out all your breath. Inhale, cobra. Use your back to lift your chest off the mat as much as you can, keeping your chin tucked towards your chest to help protect your cervical spine. Exhale, lower down. One more time, maybe lifting your fingertips off the mat this time. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press yourself up to standing on your knees. We're going to move into dancing camel. So think about pushing your hips forward to help give your spine more space to bend as you lift your chest up before bending backwards. Inhale, reach your fingertips out towards the ceiling. Exhale, dancing camel to the right. Reach for your right heel with your right elbow, with your right hand rather. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left, reaching for your left heel with your left hand. Inhale through center. You might sink your hips towards your heels. Exhale to the right, pushing your hips back towards the front of your mat. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. One more each way. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, sink onto your heels. Take a second to settle your breath. Maybe you even soften your gaze or close your eyes for the remainder of practice. When you're ready, shift your hips to one side of your heels, swinging your legs out in front of you. Inhale, reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Exhale, seated forward fold. Reach for your calves, ankles, or feet, allowing your forehead to fall towards your knees. For my double jointed friends, keep a micro bend in your knees to help protect your joints. Using your hands, slowly walk your torso back up. Bend your knees so that the soles of your feet come onto the mat before lowering your back down to the mat, keeping your knees pointed up towards the ceiling. Reach your fingertips towards your heels along either side of your body. Inhale, bridge pose. Engage your glutes and hamstrings to lift your hips up towards the ceiling, bringing your chest to your chin rather than your chin to your chest. And continue to breathe here. Think about pushing your knees forward. On your next exhale, lower down to the mat. Allow your right knee to fall towards the mat to the right side, and then allow your left knee to follow. And switch directions, picking your left knee up, moving it over to the right, to the left, and allowing your right knee to follow. You're essentially windshield wipering your legs, but this time your knees are bent up towards the sky, so your knees are moving rather than your feet. Allow your knees to fall to the right side, picking your hips up so that your right hip can come underneath your left, stacking your left hip on top of your right. Extend your arms out into a T and gaze up towards the ceiling or out to the left for a gentle supine twist. Slowly make your way back through center and over to the right, stacking your right hip on top of your left this time, gazing out towards the right side of the room or maybe up towards the ceiling if that feels better for your neck. Slowly roll onto your back and send your legs up towards the ceiling for legs at the wall. Once again, a pose that embodies effort versus ease and the balance between them both. You're finding the perfect point where having your legs up towards the ceiling is easeful, but you might notice that it still takes a little bit of effort. You can stay where you are or move into happy baby by reaching for the backs of your thighs, your ankles, or the soles of your feet with your hands. Maybe you stay in stillness or you rock from one side to another. Straightening out your right leg and then your left. Slowly bring your knees into your chest, reaching for your heels, bringing your forehead close to your knee. Inhale in. Exhale, Shavasana. Maybe your dog, like mine, is choosing to help you find stillness. Zelda. No. Hey. No. Just lay down. Zelda, down. Maybe your dog, like mine, is helping you find a balance between effort and ease, recognizing that nothing is really that serious, including your yoga practice. Shavasana is a time for rest and recovery, to allow your body to process the practice of yoga asana that you just completed. The ultimate amount of ease or balance of ease after the effort of completing a yoga asana sequence. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, but when you're ready, invite movement back into your body slowly. Before rolling onto one side of your body, resting your head on your hands, maybe on your arms, and then making your way up to a seated position. Thank you for practicing with me today, and I would like to formally introduce Zelda. Usually she likes to stay in her camera, but today she clearly wanted to be part of the video. So apologies if it was distracting, and thank you for recognizing that I am human, and part of cowbell yoga is appreciating the fact that we have animals. And I know a lot of people who have horses also have dogs. And so I wanted to show myself authentically. I'm not gonna re-record this flow. I may choose bits and pieces to use again in the future, but I am gonna upload as is, cutting out any parts that I need to if she started to bark, which is only one time. But I just want to say a huge thank you to anyone who supports cowbell yoga in all that it is. I am a small business owner. It is a one-woman show around here, and I'm gonna be authentically me with everyone, including you, and that means that sometimes Zelda makes an appearance in my videos. So thank you so much. If you want to learn more about cowbell yoga and the type of work I do, I am an equestrian life coach. Me on cowbellyoga.com. You can also find me on Instagram and Facebook, as well as YouTube, but you're already here. And while you're here, please like and subscribe to this video. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below and I will get back to you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, night, or whenever you may be practicing. I'll see you next week.